Hello, everyone. Hello, come on in. I'm so excited to have you here. Today, we are talking about how to plan every little detail for your wedding day so that you can actually enjoy it instead of worrying that you missed something. And y'all, by the end of this training, you're going to wish that you had watched this so much sooner because it's going to make your planning so much easier and way less stressful. So this training is for brides who want to ditch the stress so that they can relax, have fun, and enjoy their perfect day. And girl, you are engaged. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Don't know why that gift just stopped, but it's Monica on her balcony after Chandler proposed. But I am beyond excited for you, and you cannot wait that your wedding is finally happening. You want everything to go smoothly, but you know that you are missing so many things. And your family is starting to take this excitement out of this process for you because of all of their opinions and the drama going on. So this training is not for you today if you've already finished your planning. Girl, go celebrate, have a margarita. Don't waste your time watching this, okay? So I do have a free gift for my action taker brides at the end of this training. And this is my absolutely nothing missed checklist. And this has literally every single thing you need for your wedding day to run smoothly. It is 7 pages long. I have put everything that I could think of from my brain onto this paper after planning weddings for over 8 years. So there you go. Wait till the end so you can snag this, okay? All right, so who here loves Say Yes to the dress? I am obsessed. Please put Say Yes in the chat if you love Say Yes too, because I want to know that I'm not the only girl out there who's obsessed with looking at pretty dresses. So let's say, oh good, I see a few of you that love it. Awesome. Glad I'm not the only one. So Randy comes to you and he says, hey, we're doing a contest. And the bride who plans her wedding day without missing anything will get her wedding dress from us for free. Yeah, that'd be kind of amazing, especially from Kleinfeld. So you have two options with how to approach this contest. You could approach it and plan your wedding like Martha, the stressed out bridezilla. And as I describe Martha, if you are just feeling her right now, if that's where you're at, just put Martha in the chat for me so then I know where you're at. So Martha hits the ground running on this contest. She wants that free dress. So she scours Pinterest for checklists and resources because she has no idea where to start or how to plan a wedding. And then she asks her family and her friends for help, but they're kind of stressing her out with all the opinions, right? And then she looks into venues and vendors and colors and decor right away, but she gets so overwhelmed by the options and she has no idea how to choose which one is the best or the right one. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing some of you, Martha, yeah. All right, or you could approach this contest like Mary, the happy bride. And Mary, unlike Martha, she follows a plan that shows her exactly where to start and how to put all the pieces together in the right way, okay? She uses a system that shows her how to handle all the drama and actually keeps her excited for her wedding day instead of draining her. And then she knows the steps that she needs to take to make sure that her day goes smoothly and that everyone has a great time. So I want to know in the chat, would you rather be Martha during your planning process or would you rather be Mary, the happy bride? Put it in the chat for me. Mary, totally Mary, definitely Mary. Great. I'm glad we're on the same page. So if we haven't met, it is so nice to meet you. I am Chelsea and I help the Marthas of the world become the Marys of the world so you can stop worrying about the details and actually start enjoying this process and enjoy your wedding day. So I was so heartbroken from brides telling me over and over again that they just wanted to elope because planning was so stressful. And I hated that. I hated that the planning was stealing their joy and stealing their excitement from what's supposed to be the happiest day of their life. And I wanted to find a solution. Like, I wanted to create something that would help you guys, that would put out those fires that you're feeling right now. So that's exactly why I created the Plan Every Detail method. And this was a solution that I created when I planned my own perfect fairy tale wedding with absolutely no stress and nothing forgotten. And it was so magical. It was so amazing. Because when I was engaged, I was so set on not being a Martha, because for me, my engagement was way too special to be stressed, and yours is too. So if you want to ditch the Martha approach too, like I did, then girlie, you are in the right place, because this training is going to get you to Mary. The intention is to get you from Martha to Mary. So let's do this. Let's break it all down. So I want to explain to you the 3 biggest mistakes that I see Martha brides making that's keeping them from becoming a Mary bride, okay? And as we go through these mistakes, you might realize that you're making them too, but that is okay. That is why you're here. And today in this training, I'm going to show you how to turn those mistakes around so you can step into your Mary bride, all right? Okay, here's mistake number 1. Oh my goodness, letting the family drama take away your excitement for your wedding. I know so many of you are struggling with this right now. So here's you and your fiance, right? And you want to get over here to happy bride and groom land. And if it was really only the 2 of you that was in like the entire world as you planned your wedding, it would be way easier, right? But, dun, 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 there's your family, right? Oh, your family, gotta love them. Yeah, so y'all know what I mean. So here they are, bless their souls with all their lovely opinions, right? Your mom tells you that you can't get married at the venue that you want because it's too far, and it's too far for your family to travel to, and your fiance's parents are inviting the whole town, and he only knows like maybe 2 of them, and they have all these different opinions, right? And they don't exactly approve of yours. So they get mad if you don't do what they say or what they suggest, right? And you're over here because you're just trying to make them happy, right? Because you care so much. You want everyone to love your wedding. You want everyone to approve of your decisions. And you're worried about what they'll say or what they'll think behind your back. But then you just end up miserable. Like, you're no longer excited about your wedding day and what's supposed to be the happiest day of your life, because you feel like they don't care about what you want. And you feel like your wedding is now becoming their wedding, right? So I want to ask you a question. I want you to project your future right now. What would your wedding day look like if you kept trying to make everyone happy? Like, how would you feel? Would you even enjoy your wedding? Because would it even be your wedding, or would it just be their wedding? So here's the thing. It is not the drama that's taking away your joy and excitement for your wedding day. It's how you're handling it. Because right now, you are using all of their opinions as your compass. And what is that doing? Your compass is going crazy because it's going all around, right? Trying to make your family happy, trying to eliminate the drama. And it's totally not pointing you in the direction of happy bride and groom land that you want to go to, right? So the goal here, making people happy, is not the goal, right? Because what's the goal? To plan every detail of your wedding so you can enjoy it, so it can run smoothly, so you can relax, right? But are you going to enjoy a wedding that isn't yours? No. Are you going to enjoy a wedding that's a mishmash of everyone else's wants? Heck no. Are you going to get to happy bride and groom land when you're focusing on all this stressful drama? No. So you can focus on either trying to change the drama and eliminate the drama, or you can switch it out for something that's going to get you to where you want to go, which is planning every detail, right? So you can enjoy your day. So we need to switch this out. We need to switch your compass out for the plan every detail method that we're covering today. Because this method shows you how to navigate through the drama so that it no longer drains you, it no longer makes you feel discouraged or defeated, and it gives you the tools and the strategies that you need and the insights that you need to move forward through the drama, to know how to handle it, and to get more and more excited about your wedding day along the way. So it's not about changing the drama. It's not about changing the situation and stopping everything. It's about knowing how to navigate through it. And this is what the Plan Every Detail method is going to do for you, because it's going to show you how to navigate through it, how to handle the drama, so then you still get to happy bride and groom land. You still plan every detail, and you are able to focus on what makes you happy. So knowing how to handle the drama instead of trying to eliminate it will help bring the excitement back into your planning and make sure that you get every detail planned. All right. Mistake number 2. This is a big one, y'all. Planning hard instead of planning smart. So you feel like you don't have enough time, right? Just put no time in the chat if you feel like you don't have time or you don't have enough time, right? And then when you do have time, you still feel like you're missing something. It's like a lose-lose. So you just assume, okay, I just need more time planning. If only I had more time, then I would be able to plan all those details, right? Well, let me tell you, hon, it is not about, like, it's not that you're not spending enough time on your planning, but it's how you are planning. Because this is what your planning looks like. You hit the ground running because you don't know where to start, right? So you look on Pinterest and you pin all the ideas that you like, and you pin all of the ones that you see, and but you don't know which ones to actually choose because you have like a board of 500, 1,000 pins now. I'm like, oh my gosh, which one do I choose? And then, so that takes you about 7 hours a week because you're adding pins to your board. You don't know exactly what to do, right? And then you have no idea which venue or photographer or caterer you want or which ones are in your budget. So you start looking on Google and then not, but you feel like you're just taking a shot in the dark. Like, how do you know which one is best and which one actually fits your budget and all of that stuff? So you spend 10 hours a week on those. And then with your guest list, you want to make everyone happy. You don't want to leave anyone out or hurt their feelings. So you just keep going back and forth on who to invite. So that takes an hour a week. Oh, the budget. Oh my goodness. Like, you're so stressed over it because you don't know what things actually cost. You keep having to rework it as you go through your planning. You don't know how much you have. So that's 2 hours a week. So here you are spending 20 hours a week planning hard, but you're actually wasting time. Because, girl, you are making this a maze. Like, even when you spend all this time planning, you still feel like you're missing something. And you're making this a maze. You're doing this the hard way. You're frantically trying to get through this maze, and you have this looming deadline, right? Your wedding date at the end. So you're frantically trying to get through it. So you guess at which turns to take. You take the same path multiple times, and you just get worn out with dead ends and confusion. And that's why you're spending 10, 15, 20 plus hours a week on your planning. Is this describing you right now? If you feel like you're in this maze, just put maze in the chat if this is you. So we need to get you out of this maze and moving toward the wedding of your dreams, right? We need to replace this maze with the Plan Every Detail method. Because with this method, you are no longer aimlessly scrolling Pinterest. You are now using Pinterest intentionally to actually make decisions, not just add more options to your plate, okay? You now know with this method how to find the perfect venue, how to find your perfect vendors who actually fit your vision of what you want your wedding to be, and that's actually in your budget, no matter what that budget is, whether it's $5,000, whether it's $50,000. and people that do an amazing job, okay, that exceed your expectations. And then finalizing your guest list takes way shorter, only 15 minutes a week, because you're no longer caught up in pleasing other people or making them happy, but now you're focusing on, okay, what's actually best for me and my fiance. And then with your budget, you know exactly how much you have. You have a system that helps you stay within that budget and that actually tells you how much to spend on each thing, on every expense. So you're not constantly having to overwork it or stress over it. So you don't need more time, hun. Like this way, 2 hours a week, less than 2 hours a week, you are planning smart and using your time effectively. You're saving time, you're using it efficiently, okay? And you are no longer stuck in this maze and left with a gazillion things to plan. Instead, you are on that plane to happy bride and groom land, first class, drinking a margarita, right? Checking off all of those planning tasks and making sure that you don't miss anything in the process. So planning smarter instead of harder will make sure that you don't miss anything important. Does that make sense? Did y'all jive with me there? All right, mistake number 3. I'm so excited for this. Y'all, get ready to get your minds blown. This is going to be amazing. Total light bulb. Okay. Here's the biggest mistake that I see. Thinking that you will save money by planning this wedding on your own. Because getting outside help means hiring a planner, right? And planners are kind of expensive. So of course you're going to assume that if you hire a planner or get help or whatever, then you'll end up spending more money in total. Well, before we dive into that mistake and why it's actually not true, let's make sure first that you know what to expect when it comes to wedding costs, okay? So I want to play a little game with you. Here we go. So I'm going to show you pictures of a certain aspect, a certain thing that you need to get for your wedding. And I want you to guess in the chat how much you think couples spend on average for this one thing, okay? So let's start out with your venue. How much do you think couples spend on their venue on average? What do you think the average cost is? This is for couples all over America, okay? Not just in one state, but all over the US. So how much do you think they pay for just their venue? Not for food, not for DJ, not for decorations, just the actual space. How much do you think that costs? Put it in the chat. All right, I'm saying 5,000, okay? 6,000, 3,000, 7,000. All right, $10,500 on just the venue. This is the average cost that couples spend on their venue. Let's do the next one, okay? Food and drinks. This includes alcohol if you have alcohol. Food and drinks. How much do you think food and drinks are for 100 guests? Or you could do per person, either one. How much do you think it costs? This is the average amount. All right, 3,000 total. So I'm guessing that's for 100 guests. $25 per person. Okay. $15 a person. $4,000. Okay. $7,000 total for just food and drink for just 100 guests. This doesn't include dessert either. It's just the food, just the meal, and the drinks. Or it would be $70 a person. Either one, $7,000. All right, this next one, flowers. And these are flowers for both the ceremony and the reception. So it includes your bouquets and includes the guy's boutonnieres, the thing right here, right there. It includes your centerpiece decor that's shown there. How much do you think couples spend on average for flowers? Okay, $500, $750, $1,500, $2,000 for flowers. So let me go back real quick because I want to just kind of give you guys an idea of what things cost. So do y'all see, let's see if I can, nope. Do y'all see right here, this piece right here along the arch? If you were to just get this would be probably $600–700 just by itself, not including the greenery in the aisle, all right? If you included the greenery in the aisle, that would probably be at least $1,000 total for just that. And then do you see the trumpet vases on this table? So this is the lower left picture. These flowers with this vase, these vases are expensive. They're probably about $40, $50 each just to rent. And then these flowers, this is probably about $150 to $200 each for just this centerpiece. And this bouquet right here, probably about $175, $200. Like, weddings are expensive, you guys. And I just want to make sure that you know what things cost. So the average wedding cost that couples spend $33,900. So I'm a numbers person. I love things itemized and lists, of course, and that's why I'm a wedding planner. So here's everything broken out for you. This is what couples spend on average in the US for their wedding costs. This is expensive, you guys. Weddings are expensive and they add up. So here's the dilemma, right? This is pretty alarming. Like, weddings are way more expensive than what you thought, right? We can tell by just that game that we played and what your expectations were. So I know what you're thinking. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not spending that much on my wedding. I'm just going to DIY it, right? Because of course you'll save more money DIYing it, right? But guess what? I see DIY brides waste way more money than brides who get help and use that plan every detail method do. So let me explain. Like, I'm not just talking about spending more. I'm not just talking about that. I am talking about making expenses that you hate or later regret later on. Like, that is wasting your money. So here's an example. Let's take Susie Q here. Great name, right? Susie Q. And she has a budget of, let's say, $10,000. So she works really hard to find everything and fit everything into that $10,000, right? So she has a friend that makes her cake for $200. She finds a DJ for maybe, let's say, $500. She finds caterers for $2,000. And then she spends 20 hours and $150 or $200 on these favors that she hand makes for all 150 of her guests. Well, this is what happens. And these are all things that I have seen happen at weddings, you guys. I'm not just making this up. Well, the cake tastes awful, and she's so embarrassed giving that to her guest. Her DJ's equipment absolutely sucks, you guys. Like, then on top of that, there's squeaks all the time. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. And then the DJ plays the wrong song as she walks down the aisle, which totally ruins this moment that she's had ever since she was a little girl of just walking down the aisle to that perfect song. Totally ruined for her. Then the DJ pronounces their names wrong as they're announced into the reception. The caterers end up showing up an hour late because Susie was so worried about just like getting a discount and getting that price down that she totally forgets to tell them when dinner is. Whoops. So her guests are starving and they end up leaving to go and get food. And then all those wedding favors that she put her heart and soul into were just left. Guests didn't notice them. No one was there to pass them out, and they went straight into the trash. So do you see what I'm saying? Because you want people who are going to make your wedding amazing. Like, you're paying them to do a good job. And if they don't, then you're wasting your money. So here Susie spent $6,000, right, on the expenses that I just went over. And she wasted how much of that? $6,000 because she wasn't happy. The guests weren't happy. It wasn't what she paid for. And she was upset. But great news, this doesn't have to be you. This does not have to be you, because what if you had a way that makes sure that you don't hire vendors who aren't going to show up? So you don't pay thousands of dollars on, let's say, a photographer who then loses your photos. I've seen that happen. So you don't spend money on things that don't actually matter to you, that you end up regret paying for later on. Well, that is what the Plan Every Detail method is going to do for you, because with this method, we're going to do 3 things, okay? It's going to have you do 3 things. So the first one is, this is a GIF where it says, it's the office, and she's like, I really want it, right? So you're going to only spend money on things you actually know you really want, because we don't want you spending money on things that you later realize was a huge mistake, or you find out that you didn't actually want it or need it, right? Then we're going to find vendors, the second thing, finding vendors that show up on time and do an amazing job so you and your guests are happy. This is J-Lo, like, applauding and standing up. Don't know why the gifts aren't working. And then the third thing is all these secrets on her gift. All of the secrets that, the planning secrets that are going to save you money and make sure that you get the first 2 things, okay? So here's a little secret sample for you. If you are a note taker, write this down. I'm going to give you a freebie secret. So did you know that if you take your wedding dress to a local tailor to get alterations, instead of paying for alterations at that store that you bought your wedding dress at, you will save at least $500 on your alteration, because local tailors do it way faster and they do it way cheaper. If you get it at the salon that you got your dress at, you are looking at way more time and way more money. So there's a secret for you. You're welcome. Hope you wrote that down. If not, you'll have to watch the replay. So now Susie Q, using the Plan Every Detail method, she spends $5,700, and then look, she wasted, boom, $0 of that. She's in love with her venue. Everyone is having an amazing time out on the dance floor. Her guests come back for seconds because the food's so delicious. She totally takes out the favors from her budget because she realizes, they don't really mean much to me. I don't want them. I'd rather use that $200 elsewhere. And then the cake is gone by the end of the night because it was so, so good. And then she ended up saving $300 in the process because she used the method. So would you rather, put this in the chat, would you rather, 1, DIY your wedding, so do it yourself, don't get help, waste your money and not enjoy your day? Or would you rather use the Plan Every Detail method so you don't waste a single dollar, and so you have a wedding that was better than you could ever imagine? Which would you want? Put 1 or 2 in the chat. I hope I see 2s. So how amazing would it feel about what you spent? Like, if instead of having to stress over your budget and constantly change and analyze it, like the Martha way, right? You can use that to you can use all of that time and stress and energy to put toward planning all the details, right? Getting a happy bride and groom land. So am I telling you to spend $34,000 on your wedding? Heck no. Am I saying that you'll spend $34,000 if you DIY your wedding? Definitely not. But I am telling you that you will miss details and you will waste a lot of money if you do this on your own. So when you plan using the Plan Every Detail method, then your money won't be wasted and you will be so much happier. So before we get into what the Plan Every Detail method is, because I know that you're so curious, I want to ask you this first. Do you want to plan every detail with less stress, less money, and less time than you are right now? Put yes or no in the chat. Do you want to plan with less stress, time, and money? Yes, 100% yes. Heck yes. Yeah, that's my phrase. I say that a lot. Heck yes, heck no, whatever. Okay. So you've heard me mention this method. Here is the Plan Every Detail method. There are 3 parts to it, okay? There is dream, plan, and enjoy. So let's get right to it. This is the only thing you need to plan all the details for your wedding day so you can fully enjoy it. Let's get in this. Okay. So part one, dream. And we're going to dream using the Dream Up Your Perfect Day blueprint. And you have so many options, right? You have so many options on your Pinterest board. You have so many options on the knot, blah, blah, blah. And you just don't know how to choose. Which flowers should you do? Which colors? Which whatever, right? And that's because right now, your vision that you have for your wedding is like this. It's blurry. You don't have a clear picture of what you actually want. Okay, sure, you might have an idea of what you want, like if you want a backyard wedding, if you want barbecue, if you want your guys wearing boots and your girls wearing boots, and if you want a boho vibe, like any of that, you might have an idea, sure. But I'm going to challenge you, like, do you really know exactly what your wedding to look like, what you want it to feel like, what you want it to sound like so well that you would actually draw it out on paper? Do you? Because that's exactly what the Dream Up Your Perfect Day blueprint does for you. It takes that blurry vision and makes it crystal clear. Because you're going to figure out exactly what kind of wedding you want, and we're going to pinpoint it so precisely that you could draw it out on paper, okay? That you don't even have a question of what you want. And we're going to do that by creating your vision board, okay? But honey, this vision board is not going to be like your Pinterest board that you have right now. No, 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 not with the 500,000 pins. It's not going to be filled with tons of ideas that you can't decide between or that don't go together, because you're already going to know exactly what kind of wedding you want, okay? And it's going to bring into focus, your vision board is going to bring into focus what kind of venue you want, the colors and theme that you want, how many guests you want to have, the size of your wedding, and what the actual, like, most important things are for you about your wedding. So girl, it's not that you can't decide. It's not that you can't decide. It's just that you simply don't have a clear enough picture of what your dream wedding is, okay? So here's Kiana. Meet Kiana. And Kiana came to me. She had no idea where to start. She's like, Chelsea, there is so much on my plate. Like, there's so many things. I have no idea what to do first. I have no idea where to start. So she used this roadmap, the Plan Your Perfect Day roadmap, or Dream Up, whatever, words, right? And so she sat down and she did it. And she said, this definitely helped, because I asked her if it helped. We now have a better vision of what we want. And it was completely different from what we were thinking. So she and her fiance sat down and did this together. And they realized that it was totally different. What they thought they wanted was totally different from what they actually wanted. And then now she had an idea on her color scheme, her venue, and a thorough list of what she actually wants. Amazing. Okay, step 2, or part 2 of the Plan Every Detail method. Plan! Duh! Using the Plan Every Detail roadmap. So now that you have your vision and you know what you want and it's crystal clear, we now need the steps to putting. So you have no idea what you want, or not what you want. That's the first part. You have no idea what to do or how to do it, right? You don't know what you need to do. You don't know when you need to do it. You don't know if you're planning things too early or too late. So you find yourself back in this maze, right? You don't know how to navigate your budget. You don't know how to find your venue, or finding your vendors, or choosing your decor, knowing when to do what. You don't have instructions that tell you where to go. So you're taking wrong turns, you're going down the same path over and over again. You end up really stressed out, and you get where? Nowhere. You're still stuck in this maze. And we don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. Do you want that for you? No, that's why you're watching this training today. Which is why you need to be using the Plan Every Detail roadmap. And there are 4 parts to it, okay? Priorities, budget, vendors, and tasks. So with priorities, we're going to use the important details filter. And this is going to separate all of your planning details and tasks into two categories, okay? Details that actually matter to you and details that don't. And then guess what we're going to do with those suckers that don't matter? We're just going to throw them in the trash, okay? Because then we can take that money and that time that you were going to use on them and put it over to the details that matter. So you can focus on all of your budget and stuff on that. Because this important details filter helps you figure out which things you need to plan and which ones you don't, so we can save you time and money. So great. So then the second thing is the budget. And we're going to calculate your budget using the Budget Buster formula, all right? Because budget's a mystery. We're going to demystify with this Budget Buster formula. Okay, so after we calculate your budget, we're going to do it in a way where you know exactly how much you want, you know the reasonable cost for everything, and reasonable for you. Reasonable could mean anything. It is so subjective. It could mean $500 to one person and $5,000 to another. So we're going to come up with a reasonable budget for you based on what you want. And then it's going to make it super easy. This formula is going to tell you, okay, now that you have your total budget, you're going to insert your budget right here and boom, it's going to calculate exactly how much, just an estimated amount of how much you should spend on each category. So simple, so easy. You don't have to worry about how much to spend on things anymore. So thirdly, we're going to find your venue and your vendors using the any vendor, any budget method. Oh, these are tongue twisters, man. Oh, goodness. So the any vendor, any budget method is going to find you. It's awesome. It's going to find you any vendor and venue that you need, whether it's your venue, your caterer, your bartenders, whatever, your photo booth, who fit your specific budget that we just figured out with the Budget Buster formula. It's gonna find people who are available on your date, so they fit your budget, they're available on your date, they're in your area, and they're actually legitimate, and they will do an amazing job. And the best part, you'll be able to find them in less than 1 hour a week. 1 hour a week. That's it. Researching, finding your perfect vendors. Awesome. Saving so much time. Finally, we're going to get all of your tasks done by using the never behind timeline. So you need to know exactly which things you need to do and exactly when you need to do them, right? And the never behind timeline is going to do that for you. Honey, this is amazing. I use this all the time for my couples because all you have to do is plug in your wedding date right here at the top and voila. It produces every task you need to do on the left, and then it gives you the exact date that you need to do it by on the right. But that's not even the best part, y'all. Like with the never behind timeline, you're exactly that. You are never behind because it takes the time that you actually have. It doesn't take the time that you're supposed to have. Like instead of taking these tasks as deadlines, we're going to see them as guidelines. And you know that you're not actually behind on a zillion things. Because I don't know about you guys, but I hate being late. I hate being behind on things. It just gives me so much anxiety. So this tracker, this timeline, is absolutely perfect for my OCD brain, and I know that it's going to be perfect for you too. So with the Plan Every Detail roadmap that had these 4 parts that we just went over, you're going to be able to plan every detail you need in less than 2 hours a week. 2 hours, not 20, not 20 plus hours, 2. And using these 4 things is how you're going to do it. But if you plan by guessing, if you plan by doing this yourself, by going through this maze, then guess what? You are going to miss important details. And that's just the truth of it. You will. So I went to meet Kayla, and Kayla had no idea about how a wedding was supposed to go. She was the first one in her family to get married. Her now husband was the first one in his family to get married, like children, right? And so she was lost. She said, Chelsea, there's so many things to do, but I just don't know what I need to do. Well, then she used the plan every detail method. And here she said, from giving us ideas on where to find things or recommending companies to use, the pre-wedding prep was a breeze. And she found amazing vendors who did an amazing job, and their wedding was a fairy tale. It was awesome. So the third part of the plan every detail method is enjoy. All right, so we had plan. We talked about where to start or dream. We talked about where to start and the Dream Up Your Perfect Day blueprint. We've talked about how to put everything together in the plan every detail roadmap, which was part 2. And now we need to make sure that you have fun on the happiest day of your life, right? But the only way that you're going to fully enjoy your day is if you know 100% that every detail is in place, right? Because let's be honest here, like, who is freaking out about the wedding day, right? You're going to spill something on your dress. The flowers are going to wilt before the ceremony. Guests are going to show up late. People will leave early, like all of that. Just put freaking out in the chat. If you are freaking out about your day, you are not alone. It's normal. I did it too. I had nightmares. So here's what most brides do. Most brides just hope and pray that everything turns out like it's supposed to. They think of as many things as they can. They cross their fingers that they remembered everything, and they're so anxious every single moment of their wedding day that things are going to go wrong, that they forgot something, whatever. But honey, we are not going to let that happen to you. Nuh-uh. Your day, you need to be relaxing and enjoying and having fun. So let's just take the guesswork out of it. This is what the no detail method does for you, okay? Because it makes sure you have everyone you need. Do you have all the people you need to make your wedding day run smoothly? It makes sure you have everything you need, all the items, all the decor, all the tiny details that you didn't even think of or realize that you needed. Then it's gonna give you exactly how you need those things, okay? What time should your vendors arrive? How are your centerpieces gonna be set out? And having this step and having this in place will make it so easy to delegate everything to other people on your wedding day so that you can just relax and enjoy it instead of freaking out, or instead of feeling like you have to do everything yourself. Then we're going to create an emergency protocol for you. And this protocol will make sure that any fires or emergencies that come up on that wedding day are handled. Most of them without you or your guests even noticing or knowing that they happened. It's awesome. So I want you to imagine this scenario, okay? I'm going to pull someone out of the chat. Amber, I see you. Okay, so Amber wakes up, right? It's a Tuesday. Amber wakes up. She drives to work. She picks up her morning Starbucks, right? And she wants to get a little bit of wedding planning done during that day because her wedding is in less than a month. But instead of freaking out about it, she just pulls up this document that has everything she needs for her big day. And she just goes through it one by one. And it tells her how to confirm her vendors, what questions to ask them, all of that, okay? Every single thing that she needs to do. And that's it. And by the time that her lunch break is over, when she was squeezing in a little planning, she knows exactly where she left off, and then she can just pick it back up again the next day. Because your wedding day, love, like your wedding day is way too special to not enjoy it. It is way too special to just hope and pray and guess that you have everything, okay? So here's Trevor, and Trevor, he just wanted his wife to be happy. He wanted her to have the best day of her life. He didn't want her to have to worry about anything. And so he knew that they needed to have all their ducks in a row at before the wedding day, right? And so then when they used the plan every detail method, here's what he said. My wife and I did everything we needed in order for our wedding to go without hiccups. There were things I hadn't even thought to think of that otherwise would have ended in disaster. And then their wedding was absolutely perfect. It was so stress-free. I was so excited for them. It was amazing. So if you take away one thing from this training today, I want you to know that you can plan every detail, and you can know that you've planned every detail so that you can enjoy your wedding day to the fullest, okay? So now the big question is, how can you apply this method to your own wedding? How can you ditch all this stress? How can you go from Martha to Mary, okay? Well, remember, you get a choice. You get to choose whether you want to stay Martha, waste so much of your time, your money, your stress. You're an anxious mess by the time your wedding day comes. Or you can choose to be Mary. You can plan every detail. You can actually have fun during your planning process. And your wedding can be more than you ever hoped for, right? I'm going to pick up my puppy. Because it is time for you to stop hoping that you have everything planned and start knowing that you have everything planned, okay? It is time for you to use this method that takes the guesswork out of planning every detail. And this is exactly what the Plan Every Detail membership was created for, and it is officially open for enrollment. I am so excited because I cannot wait to get you the help that you need to plan every single detail for your dream wedding and to know that you have everything planned so you can just enjoy it. So I want to give you a bird's eye view of what you're going to get access to in this membership, okay? So the first thing is the Plan Every Detail method, all right? The entire method that we just went over. It's going to tell you exactly which details you need to plan so you aren't wasting time and money on that you don't have, honestly, right? Let's get real. It's going to find you your perfect venue, your perfect vendors who are in your budget, who exceed your expectations. And it's going to plan every detail for you so you can just sit back and relax and enjoy your wedding day without worrying about things going wrong. Then the second thing, you are going to be getting private planning support. And y'all, this is really like the best part, the gold of the program, of this membership right here, because I want you to see me as your wedding planner, because I am your wedding planner here to help you through this entire process. I am right at your side. I'm going to walk you through every single step that you need to plan your wedding, your venue, your vendors, your budget, all of your tasks, your decor, your invitations, your guest list, your registry, dresses, how to handle the drama, you name it, okay? So you're going to have monthly planning calls with me, okay? And we usually do these through either Zoom or Google Meet. And this is where we can really like take a deep dive into your planning. And honestly, when you start planning using the Plan Every Detail method, you're going to start planning way less, right? We're going to take those 20 plus hours down to less than 2. And you're going to feel way more confident, and it's going to feel weird. It's like, oh, I should be doing more. What is this? But it's going to be awesome. And I want you to use these group calls with me each month to take a deep dive into your planning so that we can see what's keeping you stuck, and then we can make sure that you stay on track, right? That plane to happy bride and groom land so you don't miss a detail. So those monthly planning calls happen once a month. And then the second bonus that you get, where you can use the private planning support from me, is the Facebook group, okay? So this is a group that is only for the brides who are in this membership with you. And you can post in this thing 24/7, all right? Like, the sky is the limit with what you ask for in this group. Like, post about what colors you should have, or hey, I don't really know how to find a venue, or well, you will know with the Plan Every Detail method, but whatever, if you're having any issues, if you want to vent about your mom, we are here for you, okay? And I want you to post in that group. I'm your girl. I'm going to help you with this. You are not alone, all right? And then the third thing is the fast action bonus that we were talking about earlier. So remember the absolutely nothing missed checklist. If you end up signing up for this membership today before this training is over, then here you go. You get this for free, the absolutely nothing missed checklist, and you will find it in your membership portal if you join today, all right? So you can get all of this, everything we just talked about, for just $67. You can get started today at just $67. So do you see on the side near the chat, you should see like a turquoise, like a light bluish button. Do you see that? And it should say like offer or something. It should have the Plan Every Detail membership on there. And then you like click, yes, I want to join. Can you guys click that button just to make sure that the link is working? And if it's not, let me know in the chat. So I want to go through the two different payment options that you have. It's so you can find out which one's best, okay? So option one is you can pay for the membership in full. So you get all of the content. You get 6 months of time in the Facebook group and 6 months of monthly group calls. You get six group calls. And you can pay in full $347. This is a one-time payment. Or I know that some of you might not have $347 in your bank account right now, and you would rather do the payment plan. With the payment plan, you get the exact same things, okay? And you just make 6 payments of $67 a month. So if you choose the one-time payment, you end up saving $55 than if you were to do the 67 payments or the $67 payments. But it is more helpful if you don't have the cash right now. So the question here isn't if this will be worth the money. The question is how much money, how much time, how much stress will you waste if you continue trying to do this yourself instead of getting help and instead of planning the Plan Every Detail method way? Because just think about it. Like if you knew, like really knew 100% that you absolutely wouldn't forget anything so you could enjoy your day, what would that be worth to you? Like, what would you pay for that? What would you do for that? What would you pay for that? What would you do for that? It would be so different. Like, how would your life change? How would your wedding planning process change? It'd be big. So remember Kiana, who had no idea where to start, who thought she wanted some things, but then she wanted completely other things, and she got a crystal clear vision. And then Kayla, who knew exactly how to find her venue and all of her vendors and put those pieces together. Trevor, who was able to think of things that he totally forgot otherwise, that he wouldn't even have thought of, so then their day could go perfect. So you can either click on that offer on the sidebar, or you can open a different tab in your browser and go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/plan every detail, okay? And that is going to take you to the checkout page, and you can either choose the pay in full at $347, or you can choose the 6 payments of $67, okay? And once you select that, it'll take you to the checkout page where you can enter your card information, payment information, all of that, and you can get started. So, oh my gosh! Okay, I see some of you already joining. Yes, I am so excited. Woohoo! Oh, this is amazing. Y'all, I am so stoked to just have you in this membership and to take your stress off, and just so you don't have to worry anymore about what you're missing or how to plan or whatever. This is amazing. All right, so we made it to the timer, and I'm going to actually add on a minute there, but this is the timer. So when the timer gets to 0, that is when you lose access to the fast action bonus, okay? So when you, if you enroll for the membership before these 15 minutes are over, then you get your the absolutely nothing missed checklist, okay? When the timer ends, you can still enroll in the membership, okay? That's not the time for the membership. It's just the time that you have left to get the bonus, all right? So this is the perfect time during these minutes to ask any questions that you have about this membership, okay? So if you have a question or that pops into your mind, I just want you to type it into the chat that's on the right side. It should be the right side of your screen, or maybe the bottom if you're watching this on your phone. Just type in your question and just press enter or submit, okay? All right, so, oh, and then I'll answer it for you, of course. All right, let me get to some questions because I already see some coming in. All right, how long is the membership? Great question. So the membership, there is the membership portal, and this portal is where you access the plan every detail method, okay, that walks you through everything, shows you how to plan. So with the portal, you get unlimited access to that. Once you purchase it, it never goes away. Once you make your payments, you get it for a lifetime. It doesn't expire. But then there is the private planning support aspect of it. So that's the Facebook group and the 6 monthly planning calls. Those are for 6 months, okay? So let's say you join today, you get the membership portal forever, you get the Facebook group and the monthly calls for 6 months. All right, does that make sense? Does that answer your question? Okay, another one. I've already planned a few things. I have my venue, my photographer, and my DJ. Should I still join? Would it still be helpful? Great question. And here's my answer. Heck to the yes. Yes, because this membership isn't just for brides who just got engaged. This membership isn't just for brides who haven't found their venue yet. This membership is for brides all the way up until your wedding day, okay? So it walks you through everything, yes. So if you already have your venue, if you already have your DJ, there's gonna be things that you've already done that won't necessarily apply to you, so to speak, but there will be all of the other modules within that, your membership portal that you'll still want. The wedding day itinerary and how should your wedding day schedule look? Questions that you need to ask to all of your vendors to confirm them the week before your wedding and make sure that they're good to go, okay? Your ultimate, like, making sure that you have everything and all those details that you need so your wedding day runs smoothly, okay? So it's not just all the beginning things, all the big stuff that this membership walks you through. It's not everything else. And heck, like, you just get you are shown how to do everything, and then you also get my private planning support. So yes, still join, because honey, you still have a lot to do. And even if you think that you have all of the big things planned, I can guarantee you that you're missing at least one thing. And I would much rather you have the peace of mind by joining this membership so you can enjoy your day instead of just hoping and praying and then realizing, oh snap, I missed something huge, and then your day just not go how you wanted it to. Okay, here's a question. What if I'm getting married in less than 2 months? Yeah, I mean, what I was just explaining, this is for you. If you have not gotten married yet, it is not too late to sign up. Let's get you in. Let's make sure you have everything you need. Let's get you that timeline. Let's help you confirm your vendors, all of that. If you're getting married in a month, 2 months, 3 months, still join, and you can pay either the full price or the 6 month price. Now, if you were getting married, you said 2 months, so you would make your first 2 payments before your wedding, and then you would just keep paying the rest of those 6 payments after your wedding if you decided to do the payment plan, okay? Okay, if I choose to do the payment plan, will I still get the bonus? Yeah, like if you join within 8 minutes and 52 seconds, then yes, you'll still get the bonus. You get the exact same stuff regardless of whether you pay in full or do the payment plan. Where will I find the fast action bonus once I join? So when you join, you're going to just find it already in your membership portal. So as soon as you join, as soon as you pay, you're going to get 2 emails from me, okay? So one email is going to have your instructions on how to get into your membership portal, and that will give you all of the checklists, timelines, resources, all of that that's in the Plan Every Detail method. And then you're going to get a second email from me that shows you the link to the Facebook group, gives you instructions on what to do and how to get started and all of that. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. I have a super low budget, like under $5,000. Would it make sense for me to still join? Girl, yes. Like, did you not see from, what was it, mistake number 3? How much Susie Q was able to save? Like, she was able to save $300 and she had only spent $6,000 of her expenses so far. So this is one thing that I love about this membership, is because whether your budget is $1,000, whether your budget is $100,000, it walks you through how to do that. It gives you vendors and venues that fit your budget. It shows you how to do that. It shows you what you can do if you're like really tight on money. Then it shows you what you can do to how you can make money to afford your wedding, how you can save money, all of that, right? And then it's all about the priorities that we figure out what you have. So then we can take out those things that you don't really need to make more room for the things that are really important to you. So yes, if your budget is $5,000, if your budget's $50,000, this is for you, totally. If I don't join today, can I join later? Yeah, for sure. Now, the only thing, you won't get the access to the Absolutely Nothing Missed checklist, but yeah, you can totally join later. Can I talk with my fiance about it first? Yes, of course. Please talk with your fiance. You guys are a team. This is definitely something that you guys can do together as well. I have a lot of couples who join this membership. They go through the Plan Every Detail method with their fiance, and it's really, really awesome just to see how excited he gets and how involved he gets. It's really cool. So yes, please talk with your fiance. If I join now, can I cancel my membership and then join later? So one thing that I want to make super clear is that this is a membership in that you get 6 months of private support. It is not a membership in that it's like a subscription, okay? This is the price. The price is $347 in full, or it is 6 months of $67 payments, okay? So let's say you join the membership, you make your first 2 payments, but then you're like, oh, I want to stop making payments. Can I cancel the membership? No, because you committed to those 6 months of $67. Does that make sense? So that $402 total you would need to pay and commit to. It's like buying a car. If you buy a car and you're making payments on it and then you realize, oh, I don't want the car anymore. It's like, well, you got to pay the car off still. That's just how it is. So I want you to see it like that. So no, you cannot cancel your membership. What if I want to do a destination wedding? Is this membership for me? Ooh, good question. First off, destination weddings are super fun. And yes, because with the Dream Up Your Perfect Day blueprint, that applies to any wedding that you have. Destination, traditional, like whatever, any wedding, because that's going to help you solidify and clarify that you do want a destination wedding, where you actually want it, how many guests you want, all of that. And then the process that we use, the systems that you're going to use in the method applies to the destination wedding. So yes, great question. And where are you getting married? I want to know. Hawaii, Costa Rica, like, let me know, because that's so fun. Okay. What if I want the Facebook group and the monthly calls for more than just 6 months? Ooh, yeah, great question. So remember that with this membership price, the $347 or the 6 months of $67, with that, you get the 6 months of private support, 6 months in the Facebook group, 6 months of group monthly calls. So if you would like, let's say you're getting married in a year, you join the membership, but then you want the more, like 6 more months of support up until your wedding day, then yeah, totally. There is, when your membership is about to end, then I will send out an email to you saying, hey, your membership is about to end. If you'd like to continue getting the private support and access to the calls and the Facebook group, then you'll have an option to continue that month to month, okay? So yeah, it's totally flexible. After those 6 months, however many months of support you want to get, okay? Oh, so great. We have more people joining. Yes, I cannot wait. So excited. So when you join, make sure to check your inbox, check your email for those 2 emails. Check your spam folder too, just in case you don't see them. And then let me know when you are in the group, and I want you to make an introductory post. I want you to tell us when you got engaged, how you got proposed to, when your wedding day is, all of that. Oh my gosh, so excited to have you guys in here. So one thing, oh, here's another question. Okay, so do I get you as a day of coordinator too? This membership does not include any day of coordination, all right? In your membership portal and throughout your membership, I'm going to highly suggest that you get a day of coordinator. You're going to hear me say that all the time, over and over again throughout your membership. But this membership does not include day of coordinator services, okay? It just includes the plan every detail method, and it includes my private support in the Facebook group and on the calls, okay? No day of coordination service. But that brings up a really good point. So there is hiring a planner, right? Like your 2 options if you were to hire a planner versus this membership. Couples on average in the US pay $1,500 to hire a wedding planner, okay? And this is an actual planner, not a day of coordinator, but a planner that helps you through this process. But most couples spend between $1,000 to $2,500 on their wedding planner, okay? And then planners start at around $1,000, depending on what kind of package you get, $1,000 all the way up to over $12,000. So when you think of it like $12,000 versus 6 months of $67, it's a no-brainer, right? This membership, $342 or 6 months of $67 to get private planning support, an amazing system that walks you through everything. Or would you rather pay like $2,500 to $12,000? Okay, one last question. Will you be finding my venue and caterers and stuff for me? So I personally will not. I am going to show you how to do that, what questions you need to ask them, how to find the best ones for you, all of that, who are available. But I personally will not be reaching out to them or finding you your people or anything like that. Does that make sense? All right, we have ended the time. I am so excited for those of you who have just joined. I cannot wait to have you in the membership. And y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Like, I want you to know that you deserve to have an amazing wedding. And you deserve to have the wedding you've dreamed of for all of these days, weeks, months, years even. Because I want you to stop worrying that you're missing something. And I want you to stop worrying that you don't have everything. I want you to know 1,000% that you have every detail so you can enjoy your wedding day, all right? So I cannot wait to see you in the membership. The doors are still open for the membership. Can't wait to see you inside. Thank you guys so much. Love y'all. So excited for you. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.